Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
It's time for Angels spring training baseball this afternoon at Tempe Diablo Stadium. The Angels get ready to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. There's a lot of red here in the stands and also some green. It's St. Patrick's Day as the Angels and Brewers collide for the first time this spring. This is Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. And Jose, a lot of fun things happening here at the ballpark, but maybe the thing that was exciting to all of us was the return yesterday of Kendrys Morales.
Terry, there's no doubt. I mean, we've seen so many special things happen here throughout this whole spring training for the Angels. The attendance is just outstanding. We have seen the addition, of course, of Pujols and C.J. Wilson and contributing immediately. And just overall how the team is playing. But Kendrys Morales in a uniform, smiling, swinging the bat in the game, that goes, to me, right to the top. Minor league game yesterday. Morales coming out of the box. That sweet swing, still right there from the left side. Yeah, he's pushing off a little bit, compensating with his legs on the things he needs to do now to be a different runner. But it's good for Kendrys to see the live pitching, see the spin, train his eyes, and overall the results were very good for Kendrys. And a lot of smiles this morning because of the result that he ended up actually getting a couple of hits, and that's always a plus.
The other thing for Morales, he's back in the lineup today in another minor league game, and we'll keep you posted during our telecast on the doings of Kendrys Morales. Well, how did he feel after yesterday's game? Victor Rojas, along with Orlando Mercado, had a chance to chat with Kendrys Morales.
Obviously a big day today for the Angels as far as the rehab of Kendrys Morales is concerned. You get a chance to run the bases a little bit before coming out here and doing a couple of at-bats for you. How are you feeling, obviously?
Quería saber que es bien importante para ti el día de hoy. ¿Cómo te sientes en el día de hoy?
Bueno, me siento bastante bien, ¿no? Ya inicié el primer paso que era empezar a jugar y correr la base en el juego de béisbol y ya iniciamos hoy.
You say today was the first step of baseball in the field, and I feel really, really good.
Obviously, the next step is to see how you feel after today. What is the progress for you going forward?
El segundo paso es, después de hoy, seguir progresando en el terreno.
Bueno, ya terminé las actividades de hoy, no me siento ningún tipo de molestia, corrí antes de empezar los juegos y yo creo que vamos en buen camino.
He did everything, before the field. He got loose, and he feels a lot better. He's no pain so far. So,
obviously, it's nice to see live pitching for the first time and game action, game situation. Did you miss it? How much did you miss it?
Hoy fue el primer día que está viendo pitcher por primera vez en el terreno y que si lo extrañaste.
Bueno, me sentí un poco incómodo, pero nunca es imposible, ¿no?
You feel a little uncomfortable, but it's nothing, impossible. So.
Kendrys, I appreciate it, buddy.
Well, hopefully we'll see Kendrys Morales in an Angel uniform sometime in the next few days. Today we'll see Jared Weaver go for the Halos. Jared was a little bit up and down in his last start, Jose.
Yeah, against the Dodgers, his location early in the game, that first inning was a little rough. The pitches really accumulated. He was able to throw 56 pitches. Andre Ethier got him with an RBI double going the other way on the outside fastball. But then he found a groove. Better location, better field. Look for him today to get extended around 60-some pitches, but also for Weaver to incorporate more of that gray feel of his curveball and his changeup.
What about the rest of the Angel rotation? We saw a couple of pitchers yesterday bidding for that fifth spot.
The Angels were second to Tampa Bay in terms of the starters' ERA last season, and this season could be even better. So far, the top four are pretty much set, but Garrett Richards continues to open a lot of eyes. He's nice and easy with his flow to the delivery and to the plate. And also Brett Mills, a lefty acquired from Toronto, continues to do very well. So Terry, the news on the starters continues to get even better.
Well, as far as the relievers, we saw Jason Isringhausen work yesterday, and he looked like a veteran that he is.
This guy threw 8 innings in spring training for the Mets last year. That's all he needs. That is all he is looking for, just to be on his own pace. He's a veteran pitcher. He knows what he needs. But yesterday, we saw the good location with a cut fastball and that big arch right there with that breaking ball, fooling some hitters and making sure he puts a defense to work too. By being a veteran, he knows it's not about overpowering anymore, Terry. It's about throwing strikes.
One quick note on Chris Iannetta. He was hit on the elbow by a foul tip yesterday. He's going to be sidelined maybe for the next 3 or 4 days. Well, we have the Angels and the Milwaukee Brewers coming up on St. Patrick's Day. The lineups and the start of the game coming up next on Fox Sports West.
Have you with us on the Angels Baseball Network and also on Fox Sports West. Jose Mota alongside Terry Smith as the Angels have taken the field already. The Milwaukee Brewers visiting team and their lineup is like this. Ricky Weeks is leading off, powerful second baseman. Batting second is Carlos Gomez in center field. Ryan Braun is batting third in left field. Batting fourth is Matt Gamble at first base. Alex Gonzalez, a newly signed shortstop, is batting fifth. Travis Ishikawa, designated hitter for Ron Renicky in his Brewers. He's batting sixth. Jonathan Lucroy is the catcher for Renicky. He is batting seventh. Batting eighth is former Brave infielder Brooks Conrad. He is at third base, batting eighth. And Norichika Aoki is the right fielder for the Brewers, batting ninth. For the Angels on the mound is Weaver, and behind the plate, Alberto Rosario.
We are just about set for baseball as Jared Weaver gets ready to make start number 3 this spring for the Angels. Weaver had a tough time in his most recent start. That was a game Monday against the Dodgers, and he gave up 3 runs in just an inning and 2/3. Overall this spring, he's worked 3 2/3 innings, allowing 3 earned runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts. Here's his first pitch today. It is a little low. We're underway. The count, 1 ball, no strikes on Ricky Weeks. Weeks, the second baseman for the Brewers, hit .269 last year. Right-handed batter, and the pitch. He takes that one on the outside corner. That's a called strike. 73 degrees at game time. Tomorrow, they tell us, it might not even hit 60 degrees, and we're expecting a lot of rain. So we'll see whether or not we have baseball in the Valley for you tomorrow. The 1-1. That's fouled back to the screen. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Angels are slated to play the Dodgers tomorrow in Glendale. And then we'll have games Monday and Tuesday next week. Road games against the Rockies and the Royals. Wednesday of next week, the Angels have their only off day here in the Valley. The 1-2 pitch on Weeks. That's low and outside. 2-2 the count. Milwaukee Brewers, how are they doing this spring? Their record is 6-8-1. The Angels are 8-6 after a split of the split squad action yesterday. 2-2 pitch. Popped foul back behind the plate. That one's going to get back and out of play.
Ricky Weeks, no stranger to the leadoff home run. He connected 4 of them last year. And for his career, he has 25 leadoff homers.
We've seen his brother, his younger brother, Jemiah Weeks, He is a second baseman as well with the A's. Here's the pitch on Ricky, and that is a called third strike. He throws him there with a fastball. He thought it might have been a little bit high, but he's retired. Struck him out, one away.
This is pure movement, and this is also not having the ability to pick up the ball when Weaver's coming from that third base slide on you as a righty.
So the batter now will be their center fielder, Carlos Gomez. He is a right-handed batter. And the next pitch, that one is outside. It misses. Gomez figures to split time in center field with Niger Morgan for the Brewers this year. Gomez hit only .225 last year, and that pitch there he had trouble with. Pitch in on him, and he misses it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Very talented player, just has not been able to put it all together.
He can run, although at times he has difficulty on the bases. Not a real great base runner, although he does have good speed. The pitch popped in the air on the right side, shallow right field. Coming in is Bobby Abreu. Going back is Howie Kendrick, and it'll be the Angels' second baseman who makes the catch in shallow right center for the second out.
It's a good day if you're in Arizona to catch pop-ups. You don't have to worry about the sun or the cloudless afternoons here. Nice job there by Howie Kendrick tracking that ball.
So the next batter for the Brewers will be Ryan Braun. And you can hear some cheers, some boos from the fans here. He is the reigning MVP in the National League, although certainly a lot of controversy about that selection. Here's the first pitch, and he fouls that one back to the screen.
The controversy that came after the selection is numbered, no doubt. Fans are well informed of every single development nowadays, especially when it comes down to drug testing.
Right. Braun tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Pitch on its way. That one is low. And he filed a grievance, and arbitrators ended up ruling in his favor.
First time ever.
Right.
First time ever a player has had his decision overturned.
Right. He was slated to be suspended for 50 games, but that will not be the case. Here's the pitch, and he chops that one on the left side, a foul ball. Braun has had a tough spring, 1 for 13. He only hit a home run. 30-30 player a year ago. 33 homers. He also had 33 stolen bases. He drove in 111 runs, and he hit .332. Missed only 12 games last season. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he pops that one in the air into right field. Medium right field. Bobby Abreu playing out there. He's under and put it away, and Weaver has a strong first inning. He retires them easily here in the top of the first on only 13 pitches. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. There's no score in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Peter Borges will lead it off for the Angels. We go to the bottom of the first inning with no score. Mike Fiers is on the hill for the Brewers, and his first pitch today, it's right in there for a strike. Fiers pitched in 2 games last year for Milwaukee. He spent most of last season between AA and AAA. And he was the Brewers minor league pitcher of the year last year. The next pitch, that one misses, and the count even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's not going to overpower you. He's averages about 88 miles an hour on his fastball, but he has a very good changeup.
He was 13-3 in the minors last year with a 1.86 ERA, and he delivers that one inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. How's he done for the Brewers this spring? Well, his ERA is quite high, 12.60. He's given up 9 hits, 7 earned runs in 5 innings. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, though, in 5 innings. The 2-1. That's fouled back over by the Brewers on deck circle. 2-2 the count on Borges.
And for Fiers, it's all about how well he can hide the ball as he progresses to a higher level in baseball. What you'll see in his delivery is a lot of body, a lot of legs, a lot of glove, and then you'll find the ball. That's what makes his changeup so good.
He positions himself on the right corner of the mound, the first base corner, that is, and there's a swing and a miss by Borges, and he is down on strikes, so 1 away.
And there it was. Throw so many things at you, and then you see the baseball. Outstanding off-speed pitch right there.
Eric Ibar, who is hitting out of the 2-hole, gets ready to bat. Eric's having a nice spring, hitting .444. 12 hits, 27 times up. One of the hits a homer. He's driven in 3. He had a home run here yesterday, leading off the Angels' bottom of the first inning. Angels ended up splitting their 2 games yesterday. They won the game here, and then they dropped the game against the Padres. That was a ripped foul right in front of the Angels' dugout. That had a few players scattering.
Thank God for those nets. The old days, somebody would have gone down right there.
That might have been off someone's kneecap, straddling at the railing there. 0-1 the count on Ibar. Next pitch. That is low and inside. Angels won here yesterday 7-0. Great pitching. A win against Cleveland. The other Angel club dropped an 8-7 decision to the Padres in Peoria. Angels bullpen didn't hold up in that road game yesterday. The pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and fooled on that pitch was Ibar. So it's 1-2.
Once again, there's that changeup, and for Fiers, the key is, and according to pitching coach Rick Kranitz, it's arm speed at this level. Don't slow down when you're throwing that changeup.
He set the 1-2 delivery, and that one a little bit low and outside. Seeing the Angels in a lot of the first innings of the game so far this spring, and today is game number 15 of the Cactus League for the Angels. A lot of first inning runs for the Angels. The 2-2. It's skied in the air to shallow center field. Coming in a few feet is Gomez. He's under. He'll squeeze it, and that is the second out.
They call him Go-Go. He can go get him. Between Gomez, Terry, and Nigel Morgan, you got 2 guys in center field that can really cover a lot of ground for you.
Howie Kendrick will be the batter. Howie's having a nice spring, hitting almost 500. And he's had a couple of home runs. He's driven in 7 runs. Today, he's hitting out of the 3-hole. Albert Pujols not in the lineup today. Just getting a day off. Here's the pitch. That one's a strike on the outside part of the plate.
Albert getting a day off as usual from day off in spring training means you're not playing in the game, but you are getting your work in here early and late and during the game.
0-1 pitch. That's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. So it's 0-2 on Howie Kendrick. We have a sellout again today. And we'll get the official attendance when that's given out. Probably an hour or so from now. But this place is packed once again for Angels baseball. 0-2. Missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Big day today. A lot of green. So we always talk about how much red there is everywhere. Lots of green for St. Patrick's Day.
Yep. We'll see which team is lucky when it's all said and done here today. Here's the pitch. That was fouled off over on the left side. Defensively for Milwaukee, they have Matt Gamble playing first base, Ricky Weeks at second, Brooks Conrad at third, Alex Gonzalez the shortstop, Braun in left, Gomez in center, Oki is in right. And there's a pitch that fools Howie. He takes it, and he is out looking to end the inning. So Fires showing that good off-speed pitch, the solid changeup. That's a big pitch for him, and he strikes out a pair here in the Angel first inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. We're heading to the second. There's no score in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Network at Fox Sports West. This copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. Second inning, Gamble leads it off, and the first pitch from Weaver, that's a little bit low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Matt Gamble certainly has some big shoes to fill this year for Milwaukee, playing first base for the Brewers with Prince Fielder now with the Detroit Tigers.
Big shoes, big beauty, the whole thing. Big spot in the lineup.
No doubt. 2-0 the count on Gamble. And the next delivery, that one misses low.
I think it could help him, Terry, is that he's had already a few stops with the big league club for the last 3 or 4 years. And he knows what's expected now. It is his job to lose. Even though he's really a new first baseman. He had played a lot of third base up to a couple of years ago. But he can connect. He's got some pop.
In the minors last year, 28 home runs in AAA. Counts 3-1 on him now. And the next pitch, he lines that one into gap in left center field. That's going to take a couple of bounces, and it's going to roll all the way out to the wall. He'll at least get a double on it. He gets his second, and he'll stop there. And they have a runner in scoring position to get their inning underway.
Well, Jared Weaver doesn't make that many mistakes, especially 3-1, where he's able to paint and use his fastball and off speed. But right here, as Weaver's trying to get a feel for his fastball, just leaves this one up over the plate. And the young hitter does a good job driving it to the opposite field.
So here is Gonzalez. He was with the Atlanta Braves last season and now with the Brewers. And a right-handed batter. Time called. The catcher Rosario goes out, and Alberto Rosario, who came in yesterday to replace Chris Ionetta. And Ionetta is going to be sidelined for the next 3 or 4 days, the way it looks. Rosario came in and caught most of the game yesterday, and he's in the starting lineup for the Angels here today. Bobby Wilson has still been sidelined with the tight quad muscle.
Hey, Rosario caught a shutout.
He did.
Out of the Blues.
Yeah. And the pitch, that one is high. Hank Conger was behind the plate yesterday for the Angels' other game against the Padres. So Rosario getting a little extra action here, and I'm sure he and Weaver trying to get on the same page.
And Conger continues to swing a hot bat. He is now hitting over 300. Had a good day yesterday.
Yep. And that was after getting off to a little bit of a slow start here in the Cactus League. He's really heated up. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. Alex Gonzalez signed a 1-year deal as a free agent with the Brewers during the offseason. There's also a vesting option for him for next season as well. 1-1. He fouls that one back behind the plate.
Alex Gonzalez is a very intense player. He's been around, veteran player, brings a lot of experience. He'll bring some magic to the middle of that infield and consistency as he replaces Yuniesky Betancourt. And in that ballpark, I would not be shocked, playing half of those games in Milwaukee, that he ends up with 20 or 25 home runs.
He does have good power, and he swings and misses that pitch, and that time Weaver had his number, struck him out. Jared's second strikeout in the game, out number 1 here in the second. Travis Ishikawa will be the next batter. Ishikawa is a left-handed batter who had been in the Giants organization for a long time. He played in AAA last year. And last season in the minors, he hit .251. He's 28 years old. Here's the pitch. And the first one, a breaking ball that misses.
You see Weaver incorporating his breaking ball and changeup a little bit more early in the count. That's one thing you have to do in spring training. To work on something, you can't wait so much for the count to build. You better throw it early and get a feel for it.
Next one on Ishikawa. He swings and misses that pitch. He was fooled. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Another beautiful curveball.
Ishikawa is a non-roster player trying to win a spot on the Brewer opening day roster. One ball, 1 strike to count. Next pitch, and that is low and in. 2-1 to count.
Not a bad spot to miss at. And Jim Wolf, who was behind the plate, will give you that pitch if you stay consistent. He's already expanded a couple of times here with a few hitters on both sides.
The 2-1, that's low and outside, so it's 3-1. Weaver knew that as soon as he released that pitch. You could really see his body language out there. So Jim Wolf, who's calling balls and strikes, he would be a pitcher's umpire. Does that have anything to do with his brother?
His brother might have taught him something, or just giving him some ideas as to how to work better behind the plate.
Right.
Why not? Get him on your side.
That's right.
Even though he cannot be behind the plate when his brother Randy is on the mound.
That's right.
And that's an order. What I told Jim Wolf with those forearms, I said, you know what, it seems like every year your forearms get bigger and bigger. Down there, I said, you're going to have some people that are not going to want to talk to you anymore on a close call. Looks like Popeye out there.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's cut on and fouled off on the left side. Always enjoy watching him fire the ball back to the pitcher. He enjoys doing that.
Yes, he does.
Sometimes he might throw it back to the pitcher as hard as the pitcher threw it to the plate.
I have a pitcher saying, give me some of that stuff. I need it right now.
So a full count here on Ishikawa. No score. We're in the second inning, and the payoff pitch, breaking ball, fouled off again on the left side.
You can tell, you were talking about body language, and Weaver sometimes maybe not feeling in sync right now. As soon as he released that breaking ball, he knew it was going to be a hanger.
Right.
The thing is, Ishikawa wasn't ready for it.
Jarrett is set. A long look at second. Here's the 3-2, and that is right down the middle. Struck him out looking.
And I told you, he's going to get it.
So Weaver has a pair of strikeouts back-to-back here in this inning. Jonathan Lucroy will be the next batter.
Nice follow through. That ball ran right back over the plate. Chicago was thinking this ball's going to cut in off the plate.
Yeah. That was right down the heart of the plate. So Lucroy, their catcher, will bat. He's really having a good spring. He's hitting .571 with a homer, 4 runs batted in. Had a pretty good year for them last year as well, and he takes that pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Now the Brewers have catchers that can really hit the ball. Between Lucroy and George Cotaras, do a fine job with the bat.
Lucroy really had a good first half for the Brewers last season. Tailed off a little bit in the second half, but still finished up with a .265 average as he takes that one for a strike. It's 1-1. And he's improved the other part of his game behind the plate, becoming a little better defensive catcher. Only had 1 pass ball last year.
Stressed by Ron Renicky.
Yeah. The 1-1. He takes that one low and outside.
And it's always good to see Ron Renicky here at this ballpark. He shook a lot of hands today, and of course, he was a big part of the Angels' successful years. Mike Such's staff as a third base coach and as a bench coach.
Saw him meet with Artie Moreno before the game behind home plate out on the field. Say hello. There's a pitch that's on the outside corner. That's a strike. 2-2 the count.
It's all part of the family.
So Weaver, after he gave up the leadoff double, has certainly got this inning in better shape. 2 outs. Still the runner at second, and he has 2 strikes on the hitter, Lucroy. We'll see if he can get him. The 2-2 pitch fouled back just to our right, back and out of play.
He was on that pitch, more than ready for it.
So the count holding at 2-2. Brooks Conrad waiting on deck. He was with the Atlanta Braves last year. He and Alex Gonzalez, who are now with the Brewers, were teammates in Atlanta last season. Weaver has a new baseball. He's ready to come in. Checks the runner. The 2-2 pitch fouled off down the right side, back and out of play. They're fouling pitches off against Jarrett in this inning. He's thrown 22 pitches here in the top of the second. Angels have the red tops on and the white pants, and the Brewers have the dark blue tops and the traveling gray pants. Two balls and 2 strikes. Brewers sent their traveling roster to us, and it was in green ink, Jose. Typed up nicely in green.
Very timely.
Weaver just asked the catcher Rosario to come out to the mound again, so they're getting acquainted out there.
Yeah, remember, this is important for Rosario more than for Weaver. Rosario is getting to work with a premier pitcher in baseball, and this game today will be huge for him.
Yeah, good learning experience. The 2-2, and that's way high. It misses. 3-2, a full count.
And there are still times when Weaver's overthrowing his breaking ball. That was one of them. Anytime you hear a breaking ball from Weaver popping the glove, just know it was a little too hard. But what a nice lesson this is for Rosario Terry to start the game, come in, see premier hitters, see a top pitcher. He's one of the Angels' top catching prospects.
3-2 payoff pitch, again fouled off. So a good battle going on here. Lucroy hanging tough against Weaver with 2 strikes. Jared's already struck out 2 in the inning, and he struck out 3 of the first 6 in the game. Lucroy will strike out. He struck out 99 times last year, but he's been battling here with 2 strikes this go around against Jared.
Try to get him to roll on something.
Full count. 3-2 pitch, and that's a flare into center field. It's going to drive in the runner. Hit with 2 outs on a 2-strike pitch by Lucroy, and the Brewers have the early 1-0 lead. That was a very good at bat by the Brewers catcher.
Excellent finish to a very good at bat, and Weaver tried to get him to roll with the off speed, but it got too much of the plate and a little too much height, and that bat was able to get just underneath that baseball, drive it through the middle.
So here's Brooks Conrad, switch hitter. He'll be batting from the left side against Jarrett. Conrad, a player who can play second base, he can play third base. He's playing third base for them today. Brewers' everyday third baseman this season will be Aramis Ramirez, who they signed during the offseason. Came over from the Cubs, where he had played there for a long time. First pitch on Conrad, in there for a strike.
Well, Ramirez is not going to give you Prince Fielder type numbers, but they're expecting him to be a 30-100 type of guy for them. At third base, they traded away Casey McGee.
Here's the 0-1. That's pitched low, and a fake throw by the catcher Rosario to first base. He got Lucroy to dive back to the bag, but there was no throw. 1-1 strike on Brooks Conrad.
Brewers a very aggressive team. That's why Rosario's been a little jumpy also behind the plate. Ron Renicky likes to run.
Jared delivers the next pitch. That's right in there for a strike. Conrad backed off that one just a little bit.
In fact, the Brewers already come in with 17 stolen bases this spring. Ron knows he's not station to station, even with the power they've had through the years. In his first year last year, he won the NL Central.
He has 2 strikes on Conrad. Does Weaver, the 1-2 pitch low. Good block on it by Rosario. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Milwaukee won 96 games last year. Their record was 96 and 66.
Remember earlier in the year, the talk was about how good they were at home and how much they scuffle on the road. Right? They were not a good road team the first couple months of the season.
Brewers got to the National League Championship Series last year under Ron Renicky in his rookie season as a manager. The first time they had gotten to the NLCS in 29 years. The pitch grounded on the right side. It's an easy bouncer hit to Kendrick. He'll throw to first, and he gets the batter Conrad. 30-pitch inning, and Weaver ends up allowing 1 run here in the second. They had a pair of hits in the inning, no errors, and they leave a runner on. We go to the bottom of the second inning here in Tempe. It's 1-0 Milwaukee on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans Web Resorts and Angels Radio AM 830 have teamed up to bring you the official AM 830 Fan Club. Get AM 830 event and team news and updates all season long. Log on to am830fanclub.com. That's am830fanclub.com. Bobby Abreu will lead it off for the Angels. Understand down in the minor league fields today here in Tempe. Kendrys Morales has gone 0 for 2 batting in the AAA game. A couple of ground outs. Mike Trout has gone 0 for 3 so far. A couple of at-bats in the AAA game and one at-bat in the AA game. And the first pitch here on Bobby Abreu. It's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Abreu batting for the first time today. He's just 3 for 20 this spring. Off to a slow start, hitting 150. And the one strike pitch. He takes that one low and outside.
And he still has not looked comfortable. I mean, he's not making hard outs. It seems like he's still guessing. He's still caught in between with his timing. And as he requested from Mike Socha, he is getting a lot of playing time.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Fires, delivers, and that one is a little bit outside. 2-1 to count. It's cloudy today, overcast. The forecast is not good at all for tomorrow. They're saying it might not even hit 60 degrees and something like an 80% chance of rain tomorrow.
Angels scheduled to play at Glendale against the Dodgers tomorrow.
There's a pitch that misses again on Abreu, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, we've had certainly our share of great weather so far here in the Valley, so maybe we're due for a mulligan the day after St. Patrick's Day. What do you think?
That happens.
The 3-1 pitch, and that is high and outside, ball 4. So Abreu walks on 5 pitches. The Angels have their leadoff man on. Torrey Hunter will be the next batter. Torrey had a nice ball game yesterday, and he's having a nice spring, hitting .375. Only driven in 6 runs this spring.
Torrey has been very consistent in his approach. Very short to the ball. Does not let the situation dictate or make him try a little too hard. That's why the .375 with a lot of production.
So right-hander against right-hander. Abreu not going, and the first pitch. Torrey takes that one for a strike. Around the infield, Gamble is playing first for Milwaukee. Weeks at second, Conrad at third, and Gonzalez at short. They have Braun in left, Gomez in center. Aoki is the right fielder. He came over from Japan. Jonathan Lucroy is the catcher. Travis Ishikawa is the DH, and Mike Fiers, F-I-E-R-S, on the hill. 1 strike pitch. That's high. A fastball misses. 1-1 on Torrey Hunter. Dimensions here at Tempe Diablo. 340 down the left side. A long ways out to right field. 367. 420 to dead center. In the power alleys, 400. And we've seen some long home runs hit already this spring here in Tempe.
Thanks to Mr. Trumbull and Mr. Pujols.
Yeah. There's Torrey taking another pitch, and that's in there for a strike. He's in the hole. 1-2. Big crowd here today in Tempe. We had over 9,500 yesterday. The day before when the Angels played the Reds, 9,300 plus. That was a ball game here on Thursday. The 1-2 pitch. Torrey taking low. Thought about chasing that one. Held up. 2-2 the count.
He did. Thought about it. Stayed back because he picked up the spin very early. Now the Angels in attendance, boy, they're about to surpass 70,000 here at Tempe Diablo today. And we're talking about still a few more home dates left here.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Angels have 6 more games here in Tempe after this one. The 2-2. Torrey lines one in the gap in left center field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Abreu is going to hit for third, and he will get there safely. And Torrey Hunter delivers on a 2-2 pitch, a single. He's doing a good job with 2 strikes on him here in the Cactus League. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Vernon Wells.
Yeah, Terry, he has, and the main thing has been letting the ball travel, just like he laid off of that breaking ball in the dirt. He lets that ball travel a little bit more, and is not afraid of getting jammed. He's strong enough that even when he gets jammed, he's able to drive the ball, just like that one.
So Vernon Wells has a chance to hit something on the board for the Angels here. Trail of 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Vernon's first at bat today. He's had 5 hits this spring. 24 times up, 7 RBIs, and certainly an RBI situation here. He's also had 1 home run in the Cactus League. In the first pitch, that's low and outside. It's smothered by the catcher, Lucroy. 1 ball, no strikes. Mark Trumbo waiting on deck. Now we see Callaspo waiting on deck for the Angels, and then Trumbo after that. Pretty nice when you have Mark Trumbo hitting out of your 8-hole. That's a pretty good 8-hole hitter, isn't it?
He's not used to it. He wants to get out there. 29 home runs as a rookie.
Angels have them at the corners with no outs. Down 1-0 here in the second, and a toss over to first. Torrey gets back.
Pretty good move. Torrey Hunter better get from Alfredo Griffin. Put those shackles on.
Flyers taking a little bit of time now between pitches. 1-0 the count on Vernon. Next delivery. That's a fastball up and in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Here's why I want to see this swing right here, because it'll tell me mentally where Vernon Wells is. 2-0, good hitters count, but I would like to see him stay with the same approach he's had in batting practice. Middle of the field, good productive hitter.
Here's the 2-0. Inside ball 3. So Fires has already walked a batter. That's Abreu, who's on at third, the lead runner, and he's fallen behind 3-0 on Vernon.
It's a good job by Vernon, not just jumping at anything like we saw a lot of last year. Swinging a lot of pitches inside off the plate.
We'll see if Vernon gets a green light here with the count 3-0. A toss again over to first base. Torrey has to dive back. That was a quick pickoff move, kind of a sidearm pickoff toss over to first base.
You want to talk to Torrey?
I think you need to.
2 consecutive days he's had.
Yeah. There he goes, the pitch, and he had the green light, did Wells, and he fouls it off over by the Brewers dugout there, found in the first row, reaching on top of the dugout to get that souvenir baseball.
That's a way to pay attention. Nice catch.
So Mike Scioscia gave Vernon a chance to swing at that 3-0. He made contact, hit it hard, but fouled it off, pulled it foul.
How about the unusual thing you don't see very often? A runner taken off at 3-0. And I don't see why more teams don't use that.
Yeah.
How many times does the pitcher pick over 3-0?
Here's the 3-1. That's lined in the gap in right center field, and that is all sorts of trouble. It's going to take a bounce and hit off the wall. 1 run will score. Torrey is being waved around. He'll score without a throw, and Vernon Wells delivers a double in the gap in right center. The Angels on top. It's 2-1.
Terry, he answered my question. BP approach, middle of the field, staying behind the ball, laying off a fastball inside 2-0, and just smoking the ball and getting 2 more ribbies. That gives him already 9 RBIs this spring.
So the Angels having a lot better inning here in the second than they did in the first against Flyers. He's yet to retire anyone. 2 runs have scored, another in scoring position, and now Callaspo will bat.
Got a big job to do here to keep the offense flowing here.
Here's the pitch on Alberto, and he hits it sharply on the right side. That'll get the runner over to third. The Angels will give up an out to do that. Throw to first in time. Callaspo with a productive out there. And now Wells at third with only one away. And a fly ball deep enough to the outfield by Trumbo means another run.
Everybody knows their jobs, and Callaspo knows great bat control. That guy needs to be at third base for the guys following.
So Trumbo will step up for the first time today as they bring the infield in.
It's not a pretty sight. I don't want to be an infielder playing in with Mark Trumbo up.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Trumbo getting a start today at first base for the Angels with Pujols not playing today. First pitch on Mark. He takes that one for a ball. Snap throw by the catcher to third. Getting back to the bag goes Vernon Wells.
Oh, Ron Renicky, that's right out of Mike Socha's book right there. First pitch. It's a ball. It's taken for a strike. He looked to fire away from her catcher immediately with that man at third.
1 ball, no strikes on Mark Trumbo. Here's the next one. And that breaking ball is low and in. Carlos Gomez, it's almost shocking to see him play that shallow in center field with Trumbo at the plate.
Yeah, it is. Well, Gogo thinks he can go get him.
Well, he might be tested here. We'll see. If Trumbo gets a hold of one, Gomez in center is going to be in trouble. Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed. 2-1 to count on Mark.
Mark Trumbo, remember, he was slowed by that foot injury pretty much at the end of the season and all throughout the offseason. But so far, no holding back. He is free to go.
2 balls, 1 strike to count on Trumbo. Next delivery, lifts it in the air into right center. It's hit pretty shallow, coming in hard, making the catches. Aoki tagging his Wells, and he will still come in to score. Boy, there was nothing on that throw at all, and a ball that was hit in very shallow right field. It'll be a sac fly, and it's a 3-1 Angels lead.
It was even a broken bat, and Aoki just took too much time in that transfer from the glove to the hand. And Terry, I mean, everything was working on his side because the ball was short. He had a lot of momentum coming in. But that's one thing you don't do. You don't look at the runner to see what he's going to do. You get rid of the ball.
So he didn't get much at all on that throw, and it ended up being a fairly easy tag for Vernon. It's a lazy fly ball hit by Rosario out to the left fielder Ryan Braun. He's right there waiting in medium left, and that will end the inning. So Rosario went after the first pitch, and he is retired. But the Angels have a good inning, scoring 3 times here in the second, doing it with a couple of hits, also a walk, no errors, and nobody left. After 2, it's 3-1 Angels. We head to the third on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Third inning, it's 3-1 Angels. Fans groups of 25 or more can enjoy exciting Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat this year. When group tickets are purchased, each member will receive an Angels hat for select series. To book your group outing, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups. First batter up will be the right fielder, Nori Aoki. He is a left-handed batter. He was a batting champion 3 different years in Japan. Signed a 2-year deal with the Brewers, and he takes that pitch for a ball, a little bit low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. He's 6 for 33 this spring with 2 RBIs. Known as a slap hitter, and he swings and misses that one. He was fooled. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Uses a thick-handled bat and chokes up a lot on that bat. No stranger to hitting in Japan. 329 career hitter.
The 1-1, and he thought about bunting that one. Tried to bunt it, and he misses that pitch. The count on him 1-2.
I think you might want to watch his body language against Jim Wolf.
Yeah.
Jim Wolf called it a strike, and Aoki opened his arms like, what? Needs to tone it down.
The 1-2. He slaps that one right to second, fielded on a couple of hops by Howie Kendrick. He will throw him out. And there's 1 gone to start up the 3rd inning. Ricky Weeks will be the batter.
Well, hopefully Weaver will find a nice groove here with his breaking ball during this inning. Only threw 13 pitches in the 1st inning. But battled through 30 pitches in the 2nd inning.
Weeks' first time up was called out on strikes.
Jemile hit 2 home runs the other day in 1 game here in Canada.
His baby brother.
Yes. His baby brother was a headache against the Angels last year in the regular season.
He was.
Man.
And you mentioned the A's, and not too many baseball people giving them much of a chance this year in the AL West, but they've been very successful, at least in spring training. They're 11-3.
Very good spring team right now.
Seattle's played well this spring. Their record is 11-5. Meantime, the Texas Rangers, they're just 3-9. I don't know that they're overly concerned about.
Oh, they're not worried about that, trust me. No.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Weeks. And the pitch. That one is a strike on the outside corner. Talking about the team's records in spring training. Toronto is 12-2. They play in the Grapefruit League in Florida. Detroit is 10-1. So they're playing very well.
Detroit has already hit over 20 home runs this spring.
Wow. There's one that's fouled back to the screen. Another team that is under 500 so far this spring, the New York Yankees, and they kind of surprised some people yesterday with a signing, didn't they? Andy Pettitte has signed with the New York Yankees, a minor league deal. Here's the next pitch, and Weeks on the 1-2 went around. He got tied up in knots on that one, struck him out.
Tied up in knots, just like Andy Pettitte's cut fastball we saw for so many years. Weaver doing the same thing here about now with a 2-seamer, but as you mentioned, Andy Pettitte, that really came out of the blues.
Yeah. He apparently pitched on the side for a couple of Yankee people. Gene Michael was one of them. Brian Cashman, their GM, and he got the itch to come back and come out of retirement, and he'll start spring training now with the Yankees. He hadn't been there at the start of spring training.
He said his kids kept asking him, why don't you go back? Go back and play.
Right.
Got the blessing from the wife, and that was it.
Here's a ground ball bounced by Gomez right to short. Fielded there by Ibar over to Trumbo playing first base today. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nicely done by Weaver as he throws only 11 pitches here in the 3rd. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning here in Tempe. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Peter Borges leading it up for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the third. It's 3-1 Halos, and Borges around the bunt ends up taking the pitch for ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Peter, the Angels leadoff man today, struck out his first time up. Fires, delivers, and that's lined into left field, but they're waiting, and making the catch waist high is the left fielder Ryan Braun. He hardly had to move. Borges couldn't hit it any harder, but he's retired. Eric Ibar will be the batter, and let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network. At the plate is Ibar, and swinging bunt. He fouls that one off over by the Brewers dugout. It lands in the dugout on the third base side. 0-1.
Eric, nice try. He actually got one of those the other day to fall in.
Yeah.
A long bunt. It's by design. You draw that third baseman in, and you try to pop it over his head.
No balls, 1 strike on the Angels shortstop. Ibar flied out to center his first time up today. Next pitch, he takes that one for a strike. Understand Kendrys Morales 1 for 4 with an RBI single, playing in a minor league game today, and he's also scored a run
from
second base.
Beautiful.
So they're letting him run the bases a little bit today. The pitch, that's a pop-up on the left side. The shortstop Gonzalez a few feet back on the outfield grass will make the call and catch, and one shortstop retires another. That's the second out.
So the good thing, Terry, is that Morales has gotten some action the last couple of days, and in many ways he's been tested already.
Yeah, now we're hearing he actually scored all the way from first base, so it's even better, right?
Yes.
And then yesterday, his first game back, when he got hits, they used a pinch runner for him, so all he ever did was run from home to first when he made contact. Here's a bouncer foul off the bat of Howie on the third base side, and it's no balls and a strike. So today, another part of the progression, letting Kendrys, when he gets on base, stay on base and run the bases a little bit.
All good news. Mike Trout continues to play also down in the minor league field. First action he's had all spring. Now with Morales, of course, here comes the rain, and we'll see what kind of wrench that throws in the Angels' plans as he keeps progressing here. No doubt some very positive steps have been taken already.
Mentioned Mike Trout playing for the first time in a minor league game. He's been bothered by a virus issue and also some shoulder problems. There's a high bouncer over the head of the third baseman Conrad, and it rolls into left field, and Howie has one of those Cactus League hits right there.
Welcome to Arizona. Just when you think that ball's going to come down and hits that hard ground in front of the plate or around the plate, and that spin is not bringing that ball down at all.
So Bobby Abreu will bat with 2 outs, a runner on. He walked and scored his first time up. We're talking about Mike Trout seeing his first action this spring in that minor league game. He has his family in town. His mom and dad are here. His brother is here as well.
Well, got to see the whole Trout group over there in Baltimore last year.
Right.
Very timely hitting for the youngster. First major league home run.
I don't know if it was a coincidence or they might have known something we didn't know, but their timing was great. They are here to see him play today.
I don't know, Terry, those plane tickets are expensive coming from Newark, you know.
That's right. So here's Abreu, and the first pitch on Bobby. He takes that one for ball one. It's low and outside. 3-1 Angels. We're in the bottom of the third if you're just tuning in or rejoining us here on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith, Jose Mota, and Darren Chan with you for Saturday afternoon baseball. Fires hunched over, getting the sign, now ready, and the next pitch. That one is a strike, a snap throw by the catcher to first, and out at first base is Kendrick. He just got back too late, and a snap throw by Lucroy, and that will end the inning. It goes 2-3 over there at first base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Abreu will lead off the 4th. We're headed to the top of the 4th now. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fourth inning, Ryan Braun, the first batter up for the Brewers. And the pitch. And that one is a little bit low on him. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Braun, Gamble, and Gonzalez, the batters, 3, 4, and 5. Here comes the 1-0 pitch on Ryan Braun. He takes that one low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Ryan Braun came to the big leagues as a third baseman. This guy played 113 games as a rookie. Still hit 34 home runs.
And the 2-0, that one is a little bit high. He's a Southern California native. He went to Granada Hills High School. Former Rookie of the Year. Of course, the NL MVP last season. It has not been a real warm welcome, though, for Braun here in Tempe today. Here's the next pitch, and that's a called strike, 3-1.
He has made a nice transition into left field. And when he won the Rookie of the Year back in 07, he did not even make the team out of spring training. Got called up in May. He became the Rookie of the Year.
Here's a pitch that's low on him, and it's ball 4, so he's on with the walk. I'm going to be very curious to see how his season goes this year. You can argue if he was guilty of the drug situation or not. As it turns out, he filed the grievance, and they went for his side of the story. But he is going to hear it, I think, a lot of different places where he plays on the road this season. Fans are not going to give him warm welcomes.
Including some other players are not all that happy about what happened.
Right.
And he didn't argue about the positive tests. He argued about the process.
Right.
That's what he wanted.
People feel he got off on a technicality. But again, he maintained his innocence the whole way through the process, and he was vindicated. Here's the pitch. That one is pitched inside on Gamble. 2 balls, no strikes.
In fact, Braun has a contract that runs through the year 2020 with an option for 2021.
Right. Signed a 8-year deal with them, and then there was a 5-year extension to that. Here's the pitch. That goes flying. The ball is popped up in foul ground on the third base side. It is playable, and making the catch on it is Callaspo. Past the photo well down the left side. That bat went flying out of the hands of Gammo, who's retired for the first out.
Look out, Latch.
Number 11.
So the batter now is going to be Gonzalez.
So Lashman almost got a piece of that one. Helping out, though, of course. Welcome Marcel back to the organization.
Yeah, after a long tenure in the Rockies organization, good to have him back with the Angels, former Halo manager. Toss to first, diving back to the bag goes the base runner Braun. Braun can run. He had 33 stolen bases last year. He's had 67 stolen bases over the last 3 years. Angels 3 runs, 3 hits. Milwaukee 1 run, 2 hits. The pitch, and that is a called strike. The Brewers are the defending NL Central champs, and they had a stretch last year in July and August where they went 27-5. And I remember we were always talking about that, Jose. We were going back and forth and just saying, boy, Ron Renicky, could he have those guys playing any better as that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2?
They had everything going for them. As I was talking about earlier, it's a balance between the starting pitchers, led by Zach Greinke, Giovanni Gallardo, Sean Markham, the power of the Braun and the Corey Harts and the Prince Fielders, the bullpen with the back end with John Axford, but also Terry the way they ran the bases. In fact, Ron Renicky was amongst the league leaders in sacrifice attempts, so he always had something going on in a game to make that success happen at the end.
Yeah. And what a year they had. They got close to advancing to the World Series in Ron Renicky's first year as their skipper. The 1-2 delivery. This one is hit way up in the air down the left side. The third baseman Cayasco is going to be called off by Ibar. Makes a catch in fair ground and shallow left right near the line. And that's going to be the second out. 2 are gone.
It's one of those pop-ups where you have to know who has priority. Of course, Ibar is also playing the wind very well. Cayasco gets out of the way, and that triangle right there, all that area belongs to the shortstop. If he's cupping under it, if he's running to it a few steps away, you peel away as a left fielder or as a third baseman.
Mike Butcher wants to go out, have a brief word with Weaver and the Angel catcher Alberto Rosario. I want to remind Angel fans you can follow the Angels with MLB.com @BAT12. And you can do so on your iPhone, your iPad, or Android. Get spring training scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit angels.com for details. Quick meeting at the mound. 2 outs, still the runner at first. Ishikawa, the batter. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Sun trying to peek out of the cloud cover now, and the first pitch. Pitch low for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Light breeze blowing from right to left. Angels leading 3-1 here in Tempe. The pitch, little bit low and in. 2-0 the count. Weaver in the game has struck out 4. He's walked 1. He's allowed 2 hits and a run. Working in his 4th inning, and the next pitch, that is way up in the air, skied into shallow center field. Let's see who's going to call for it. It's going to be Ibar. He's everywhere in this inning, and he'll make the catch on that one in very shallow center as he called off Kendrick and Borges. The inning is over. So 3 pop-ups in the inning after the leadoff walk. There were no hits in the inning, no errors, and a runner left. Bottom of the 4th is up next here in Tempe. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Angels will face a new pitcher, and it's the closer for the Brewers, John Axford, who last season had a career high 46 saves. He has a good arm, electric stuff, fastball. He'll top out around 96. Very good slider, and he has an excellent power curveball.
It's one of those good stories around baseball. A guy that really never projected to be where he is right now. He is Canadian.
Undrafted coming out of college. He pitched at Notre Dame and Canisius. And the first one on Bobby Abreu, that's in there for a called strike.
Mid to upper 90s. And learning more and more of the other craft is finishing off hitters with a good breaking ball.
Axford is set. 1 strike pitch. Abreu takes, and that's in there for a called strike. It's now 0-2.
If you're going to hit a fly ball, look at that flag. Look at that American flag in center field. This would be a good time to put it up in the air.
Yeah, wind starting to blow out a bit to center. Abreu, Hunter, and Wells, the batters for the Angels here in the 4th. Halos up 3-1 against Milwaukee. Next pitch. Bobby takes a breaking ball low and inside.
There's a big hammer he throws. So the back end of that bullpen is pretty good with Axford, the closer, and Francisco K-Rod Rodriguez also supposed to pitch here today.
Yeah, Frankie made the trip here to Tempe. Angels will face the Brewers in a split squad game next Friday on the 23rd. 1-2 pitch. It's lifted high in the air into right center field. Not very deep at all. Let's see who's going to call for it. It'll be the center fielder, and Gomez makes the catch. And retired is Bobby Abreu. 1 gone here in the Angels' 4th. That game when the Angels play the Brewers on Friday, this coming Friday. That'll be a split squad game, as I mentioned, and we'll have that broadcast of the Angels-Brewers game. The Angels will also play a night game that same evening in Goodyear against the Cleveland Indians. We'll have the day game for you. And there's a pitch on the outside corner on Torrey for a strike. Hunter today, a single and a run scored, so he's 1 for 1. He's been swinging a hot bat the last few games. Next pitch. He hits one in the air very high into straightaway center field. Too deep. Gomez is under. He'll put it away. And Torrey is retired. That's the second out. Gomez has been busy out there in center field. He already has 4 putouts here in less than 4 innings. So Vernon Wells will bat. He had a big double for the Angels back in the 2nd inning, which gave the Angels at the time a 2-1 lead. Fancy Angels buy 2, get 2 season seats. Free plan is back. You can choose from 9 packages, which start as low as $8.50 a seat per game. First pitch on Vernon. He fouls that one off on the right side. Chasing is Gavel. He's going to run back out of room. The Angels buy 2, get 2 free seats plan. It allows you the opportunity to take advantage of that great offer. Don't miss a second of the action. Reserve your seats today. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/season seats. 0-1 the count. Wells hits one hard on the left side and through the left side of the infield. That'll be a 2-out single. His 2nd hit of the day.
Outstanding job by Vernon Wells once again. I think that double that he hit to right center field kind of set him back to what he needs to get back to, is staying on the ball longer this time. He gets a curveball from Axford, stays back, and pops those hands.
So the batter is Callaspo.
Axford, what a year. 46 of 48 saves. The only person that was better than he in the big leagues was Papa Grande with Detroit.
No blown saves.
He was perfect.
Yeah. Jose Valverde.
49 for 49. Man.
Axford actually converted his final 43 save chances last year. So he'll come into this season with a string of consecutive saves during the regular season. First pitch was in there on Callaspo. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's the next pitch. And that one is in there for a called strike. 0-2 on Little Albert.
He likes that.
Wow.
Says as long as it relates with the big Albert, I like it. Big number 5. And number 5 should be in the lineup tomorrow if there's a game at Glendale against the Dodgers.
Yep. 2 strikes to count on Callaspo. That's way up and in. That one kind of a purpose pitch there. Backed him off the plate.
Well, nothing little about what Callaspo was able to do this spring. Hitting just below 500. And showing that excellent bat control in that second inning when he came up with a man at second base. Nobody out and easily moved him over with a ground ball to the right side.
The count's 1-2. The runner goes. The pitch lifted in the air down the left field side. A long run for Braun in foul ground. He slides and he makes a heck of a catch in foul territory, and that will end the inning. That was some good hustle there by the NL MVP. In the inning for the Angels, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. 5th inning is coming up here in Tempe. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Angels go to the bullpen for the first time today, and the Angel closer, Jordan Walden, will take over for Jared Weaver. So Weaver goes 4 innings. He allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 1, and in the strikeout department, he struck out 4. So the new pitcher is Jordan Walden.
He's been doing a good job. And not just relying on his fastball. It is something that, of course, he needs to bring into the season. Good fastball command, maybe sacrificing a little velocity at times for location, movement. But his slider and his changeup have really been working well here.
Last time we saw Walden was Wednesday. That was a game against the White Sox. And in that game, he gave up a home run. Couple of hits and 2 runs in 1 inning of work. He faces Lucroy here in the first pitch in there for a strike. Next pitch. That's low and outside. Walden overall appearing in his 4th game this spring. No wins, no losses. ERA is 6.00. He's worked 3 innings, allowing 4 hits, 2 earned runs. Hasn't walked any. He struck out 4. And the 3 innings he's worked. And the pitch, that's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 on Jonathan Lucroy.
That is called fastball zip with location. And it's hard to pull the trigger on that one.
Here's the next pitch. That is low. Smothered nicely by the catcher Rosario. Lucroy driving in the only run for the Brewers. And he did it with 2 outs. Hit in the second inning against Jared Weaver. 2-2 pitch. Late swing. He fouls that one off on the right side.
Just a little late.
Fans catch a little luck of the Irish by having your name drawn in the March into Cash drawings at Saboba Casino on Wednesday, March the 21st. That's this coming Wednesday. Win your share of up to $160,000 in cash and a new car. Saboba Casino voted the loosest slots 4 years running.
The luck of the Irish around here today. Well,
St. Patrick's Day here at the Big A. At Tempe Diablo as well. And there's a pitch that is outside. It's 3-2.
I've seen some pretty cool Angels shirts in green today.
Yeah.
Terry, get us a couple.
I don't know where they came from, but there are quite a few fans wearing green here. The pitch rounded right to the shortstop. It's fielded by Ibar. The throw across the diamond to Trumbo is in time to get Lucroy. That's the first out.
Well, it's pretty cool to see, Terry, the past, the present, and the future of Angels closer Francisco Rodriguez. K-Rod now warming up in the bullpen. Still holds a major league record with 62 saves in a year back in 2008 for the Halos. And we see Jordan Walden thrown into the fire last year and trying to perfect his game. You see K-Rod, you think one thing, man. 2002.
There's a one-hopper that's Squibber, and it skips off the glove of Callaspo, and no throw to first base. So Conrad is on. That ball had some weird spin on it. It will be scored an error on Callaspo. It was a little pop that dropped in front of him, and you could tell that ball had some weird spin, and Callaspo just fumbled the ball.
Inside out swing totally got jammed and tied up, and that causes that backspin going away from your glove as a third baseman.
So an error on Callaspo, and here is Aoki, left-handed batter, and he takes the first one low and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
From the swings we've seen from Aoki, boy, he should be able to just knock the bat right out of his hands.
Walden okays the sign. 1-0 pitch, and that one a little bit low. A fastball misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Be interesting to see how the fans respond to Frankie when he comes into the ball game for Milwaukee. We'll probably see him in the bottom of this 5th inning. Next delivery, it's bounced back to the mound. Should be 2. Flip the second one, relay to first, and it is a double play. Boy, that was a terrific job by Ibar there to avoid the tag of Conrad going to second base. Good job by Eric, the shortstop, and the inning is over on that 1-6-3 double play. In the inning, no runs, no hits, and error. Nobody left. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Mark Trumbo will be the first batter for the Angels, and it is Frankie Rodriguez, the former Angel on the hill. Pitched for the Angels 2002 through 2008. Was with the Mets and the Brewers last season. And he is the setup man right now for Milwaukee. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. So he faces Trumbo with the Angels up 3-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch on Mark. He cuts it that one and fouls it back on the right side out of play.
Well, a tough market for Frankie Rodriguez this offseason. He did become a free agent and ended up accepting the arbitration offer from the Brewers because the money was not out there this year for a lot of guys.
George Gataris is the new catcher, so he replaces Lucroy behind the plate for the Brewers. One strike pitch, and that one is in there for strike when Frankie Rodriguez began his warm-up tosses and was introduced here during our commercial break. A lot of cheering, some booing, but fairly warm response from the fans here.
Rightfully so. This guy's tied up forever to Angels' success, collectively and individually.
Two-strike pitch, and that breaking ball misses for a ball on Trumbo. It's 1-2.
Magic year 2002. Francisco Rodriguez did not appear in a regular season game for the Angels that year until September, but he took over the bullpen in October when it really mattered.
What a lift he gave the Angels during the playoffs. The pitch, that's low and outside. 2-2 to count.
And coming back to this place is special for him. He's always told me that. Mike Butcher, even Marcel Lashman, all these guys, I've seen him grow through the years and become a successful closer reliever from the days when he was a starter in the minor leagues.
Count even, it's 2-2. Rodriguez pitch, and that is a called third strike. It caught the outside corner. Trumbo is out looking. One gone here in the Angels' fifth inning. John Axford, who pitched last inning for Milwaukee, their closer, he gave up a hit and Walker strikeout, and he won a scoreless inning for him. Frankie Rodriguez, their third pitcher of the day. Frankie is just a few saves shy of 300 in his major league career, but you just kind of wonder how many save opportunities he'll have this year with Milwaukee. The pitch, it's popped in the air by Rosario, the young catcher. It's out near the mound. Coming over is the first baseman, and Gamel will make the catch right in front of the pitcher's mound. So Rosario went after the first pitch again and is retired, and there are two quick outs.
Yeah, you're right, because you know, Axford is a proven closer, takes the ball, very successful. And Frankie even complained about his role last year. He did not want to be a setup guy. But at the very end, you know what? The salary took off. And he knew he was going to get the money that he's getting right now as a closer in the open market. And he's playing for Ron Renick. He's playing for a winning ball club.
Playing for a manager that he knew from his days with the Angels. At the plate now is Peter Borges, and he takes that one for a ball. Frankie Rodriguez last season ended up with a total of 23 saves as Borges chops that one foul on the left side.
Start of the year with the Mets, and the Angels did not get to see him during interleague, even though the Angels did play against the Mets at New York, and most of those saves came with the Mets.
Yep. 291 career saves for him. 1-1 pitch. Borges takes, that's in there for a strike. 1-2.
62 saves, major league record. 2008. Who will surpass that? When?
Yeah, that one's going to stick around for a while, you got to think. And that 08 season ended up being Frankie's final one with the Angels. The 1-2 delivery. Borges takes low and outside.
The stuff, of course, not as electric as it used to be, but he's become a more complete pitcher. by adding 2 different changeups. Perfected those during that record-setting season.
Here's the 2-2, and that one misses outside, so it's a full count, 3-2. Rodriguez, his career earned run average, outstanding, 2.51. The count full on Peter. 2 outs, no one on, 3-1 Angels, and the next delivery, it's fouled off over by the dugout on the third base side. Brewers dugout. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fans, the ultimate fan experience is back on Sunday, April the 22nd. The Angels will host FanFest at the Big A. All fans in attendance have the chance to meet select 2012 Angels players, take a photo with the Rally Monkey, listen to live music, conclude the day watching the Angels take on Baltimore at 12:35. We'll tell you how you can purchase tickets for FanFest after the next delivery. It's fouled off again on the third base side by Peter Borges. For more info and to purchase your tickets, you can visit angels.com/FanFest. The wind picking up a bit, blowing from right to left right now. It would aid right-handed hitters who hit the ball, especially in the gap. And the 3-2 pitch, that one's lifted in the air into left field. Braun has to come in, and it's going to drop in front of him. So Peter is on with a hit. That ball was in the air for a while, but Braun, who does have speed, wasn't quite able to come in far enough to make an attempt on it.
And you saw the big swing, but that ball got in on Borges. And Braun got a late jump, even with the wind, as you mentioned, carried that ball maybe even a little further in that direction.
So here's Ibar. He's flied out twice to Gomez in center. Angels have their 5th hit in the day. The Brewers have had only 2 hits, and the Angels have a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Eric.
Well, the Angels also have a Francisco Rodriguez who is from Mexico. And there was a time in which Francisco Rodriguez from Mexico had the same motion and mannerisms on the mound as Francisco Rodriguez K-Rod. Until the Angels say, you know what, forget about that, just be yourself.
There's a pitch that swung on and missed.
Remember all the mimic, everything. I mean, everything was the same.
Right, carbon copy.
And Mike Socha spoke very highly of Francisco Rodriguez, currently on the Angels roster, who has seen big league time the last couple of seasons, and about how he has been throwing the ball here this spring.
2 strikes on Eric Ibar. Borges not going in the pitch. That one is cut on and missed. He got him, struck him out. So a couple of strikeouts for Frankie against the Angels, and that'll do it for the Halos here in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. We move to the 6th inning in Tempe. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, it's the top of the order for the Brewers. Weeks, Gomez, and Braun. New pitcher in the game for the Angels, Rich Thompson. And he replaces Jordan Walden, who pitched a scoreless and hitless 5th inning against Milwaukee. Didn't Walker strike out anyone, and Thompson the new pitcher.
As you mentioned, Walden, it was a little shaky there on the comeback or double play where you mentioned the ability of Eric Ibar to turn it, Terry.
And that certainly helped his cause. First pitch from Thompson, a ball. It's low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Ricky Weeks, who has struck out a pair of times today, 0 for 2. Saw Rich Thompson on Thursday against the Reds, and the next pitch, that's cut on and missed. Thompson worked a scoreless inning. And this is his 5th appearance this spring. No wins, no losses. ERA of 4.50 and 4 innings of work. Here's the 1-1, and there's a base hit right up the middle. 1 hopper through the infield. Weeks is aboard. His first hit of the day, and just the 3rd Milwaukee hit in the game.
Ricky Weeks, a very solid baseball player with the power, the speed, even though last year he was slowed down with an ankle injury. But he provides a big spark with some pop at the top of the order for Ron Renicky.
So the next batter is going to be Gomez, who has gone hitless today. He's popped out and grounded out. Middle part of the infield back, 3rd baseman Callaspo in. There's a bunt. It's right out in front of the plate. It's fielded by Rosario. His throw, it's off the glove of Howie covering, so they're going to have runners at the corners there. We'll see how they score that one. The ball and the runner were coming at first base at the same time as the 2nd baseman Kendrick was there to try to make the catch on that throw from the catcher Rosario.
It looks like Gomez was going to beat it out anyways, and it's a great bump. That ball just dived in front of the plate.
It'll be scored a single, bunt single, and then an error on Rosario's throw that enables Ricky Weeks to take the extra base. He went 1st to 3rd. So they have something brewing here with nobody out. Angels' 2nd error in the last couple of innings. Here's Braun at the plate. Right-hander against right-hander, the pitch. Braun takes that one for a called strike. The longer the game goes, the louder the cat calls are for Ryan Braun.
So related to the time spent in the concessions, I'm going to say. On those lines.
0-1 is the count. Fake pickoff toss.
Terry, it's all related to the flow. That's it. You go with the flow.
Hey, well, all I can say for Ryan Braun, he's just going to have to get used to it, because it'll probably be worse during the regular season, especially against teams in his division, NL Central clubs. That's going to be tough. He's going to have to deal with it. Here's the pitch. He hops one up on the first base side. Trumbo near the Angels dugout has a play, and across from the coaching box he makes the catch.
That's a good way to play the wind right there. Ball was headed into foul territory. So the good Arizona desert wind brought it back. Made an easy play for Trumbo.
Ryan Braun is now 1 for 15 this spring. They only hit a home run. Matt Gamble will be the next batter. He's doubled and scored their only run so far in this game. It's 3-1 Angels. We're in the top of the 6th. Angels trying to string a few victories here at home in the Cactus League, leading this one by a couple of runs.
For Thompson right now, Terry, the key is keep the ball down. Whatever you do, miss down, because Gamble already showed the ability to get on top of a fastball when he lined a double to left center field against Weaver in the 2nd inning. He's got big time power.
Left-handed batter. The pitch, a pitch out. Nothing brewing. Angels thought maybe they would have something on, maybe even a Situation where they would look to double steal. Ron Renicky certainly doing some things very similar that Mike Scioscia would do.
And Ron Renicky was actually kind of grinning as he looked at Mike Scioscia's direction there after that pitch out.
Yeah. Toss over to first base. Diving back to the bag goes the base runner Gomez.
That's great. Just cat and mouse. Renicky looking at Scioscia, see what he picks up. Because remember, all these signs coming from Scioscia and controlling the base running. Ronnie might know a thing or two.
Yeah. The count's 1 ball, no strikes. Next delivery, that's a little bit low and outside. 2-0. Rich Thompson trying to win a spot in the Angel bullpen. Coming out of spring training, he is out of options, so that certainly might work in his favor.
Ron keeps looking at Scioscia before he puts on the sign.
2-0 the count. There goes the runner at first. The pitch is low and no throw to second base. That'll be a stolen base for Gomez. Rosario had to smother that ball that was low and outside. So now the Brewers have 2 in scoring position. The tying run, potential tying run at second with 1 out. And the count 3 balls, no strikes now on Gamel. Thompson gave up hits to the first 2 batters. Retired Braun on the pop out and foul ground. But in more trouble here. The 3-0 pitch. And that is low. He walks him on 4 straight. There are runners everywhere for Milwaukee for Alex Gonzalez. And he's been having a nice spring for them. So far today, Gonzalez is hitless, a strikeout and a pop out. Gonzalez has driven in 6 runs this spring. 10 for 25. Playing for his new club, the Milwaukee Brewers, after coming over from Atlanta. Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch. That one is low, and Thompson has been missing low here in this inning.
Something about the release point, and he has not been able to find a consistent point of just throwing the ball with his fastball. Until you find that, it's hard to find the other pitches for you, the cut fastball and the curveball.
Alex Gonzalez has moved around in recent years. Longtime member of the Marlins. He's played for the Reds, the Red Sox, Toronto, Atlanta, and now Milwaukee. Here's the pitch, and he swings and misses that one. Fooled him. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez has had as many as 23 home runs in a season. That goes back to the 2004 season with the Marlins. He was an all-star in 1999. The pitch. He pops it up on the first base side. Coming over is Howie Kendrick with the infield fly rule in effect, and Howie will make the grab. Trumbo got a little bit crossed up on that one, and Howie was yelling, "I got it." So Mark peeled off at the last moment on a ball that normally would be a first baseman's ball. But the Angels get the out, and the runners have to hold on that pop up on the right side of the infield. The batter will be Ishikawa.
In fact, Trumbo started to go into foul territory for that ball. But good job by Howie Kendrick taking charge out there, the veteran player.
So we'll see if Thompson can really battle out of a jam here. Now bases loaded, 2 outs. Ishikawa 0 for 2, hasn't gotten it out of the infield, and he takes the first one low, the left-handed batter. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The Angels bat in the bottom of the 6th. Kendrick, Abreu, and Hunter will bat, and the Brewers will likely be going with another reliever. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Rich Thompson, fastball. He'll throw a curveball. He has a cut fastball that he'll use, and a changeup. He's set, and the next pitch low and in. 2-1 on Ishikawa. Travis Ishikawa, last name is spelled Ishikawa. The count's 2-1, nowhere to put him. Bases loaded, 2 outs the pitch, and he bounces one softly on the right side. It's fielded by Trumbo. He flips to Thompson, and he holds on to that one. It kind of handcuffed him to throw, but he cradled it in, and the inning is over. It ends on a 3-1 ground out. The Brewers had a big-time threat. They had them loaded with 1 out, but they failed to score. In the inning, no runs. They had 2 hits, 1 error, 1 walk, and 3 left. Bottom of the 6th is coming up. The Angels have a 3-1 lead on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Number of changes for Milwaukee as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. They have a new pitcher. Mark Rogers takes over for Frankie Rodriguez. Rodriguez worked an inning. He gave up a hit, struck out 2, didn't walk any, allowed no runs. Mark Rogers replaces him on the mound. Edwin Masonette is the new second baseman. The new shortstop is Cesar Turris, brother of Meiser Turris. Pitches in there for a strike, and they have a new left fielder in the game, and his name is Logan Schaefer. Batting is Howie Kendrick. Howie today is 1 for 2. Next pitch, he lines one into center field. That's going to fall in for his second hit. Leadoff single for Kendrick as the Angels get the bottom of the 6th underway. Howie has really swung the bat impressively here this spring.
Andrew Romine will run for Howie Kendrick. And yes, Terry, he continues to impress by staying the same.
So Howie's day is done. Here's Bobby Abreu set the bat. Bobby's had a walk. He scored a run. He's flied out to center field. Rogers, right-hander, delivers the first one on Abreu. He's taking all the way. 1 ball, no strikes.
Mark Rogers is one of those guys who's just happy to have the uniform on and happy to be in this big league camp. He was out 2 full seasons after shoulder surgery.
And he's a former first-round pick, fifth selection in the 2004 draft. Here's a bouncing ball, hit to second, might be two. The flip to second, the relay to first. It is a double play. That was tailor-made, and the new middle infielders turning that one. Masonette and Torres. Two gone here in the Angels' sixth inning. Torrey Hunter will be the batter. Let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network. Torrey Hunter set for his third at bat today. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored, and he takes that one for strike one. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Halos. The Angels have committed 2 errors. Milwaukee 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch on Torrey, and he was late. Swings and misses that one. Rogers, Jose mentioned he missed a couple of seasons, the 08 and 07 seasons, because of right shoulder problems. But he still throws hard. His fastball top out around 96. He has a good curveball, and he'll throw a changeup.
No, we talk so much about Tommy John surgeries. This was not a Tommy John surgery. This is a shoulder surgery.
And here's a slow roller on the third base side. It's hugging the line. It'll roll foul about halfway up. 0-2 the count.
Tommy John surgery, of course, is the elbow surgery where there was a transplant of a tendon from another part of your body inserted into the elbow area. It's an operation now, Terry, that's so common in high school. Pitchers are having Tommy John surgery already.
Oh, yeah.
And they bounce back.
Named for Tommy John because he was the first player to ever have that surgery. I think they should have named it for the doctor who performed the surgery.
Dr. Job.
Yeah. Here's the pitch, and that one is high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tendons, ligaments, everything gets reattached. Requires a lot of patience from the pitcher, though. There's a lot of time spent on rehab.
Here's the 1-2. That's up and in. A fastball misses. 2-2 the count on Torrey. Mark Rogers. He hails from the state of Maine. Cold weather state, but they have produced some big league pitchers. Here's one that's low and inside. Billy Swift is one that comes to mind. He's from the state of Maine.
Doing that good seafood out there.
Yep, you can get fresh, some good lobster there, Jose, in the state of Maine. A full count on Torrey. Here's the next pitch, and he's late with the swing. He got him, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. Pretty good inning for Rogers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They turned the double play, nobody left. To the 7th we go as we head there. It's 3-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, don't forget the Angels have just released exclusive club-level season seats. These padded and spacious seats are a great way to take in the action. Seats include access to the Knot Hole restaurant and exclusive club-level amenities. To purchase these great seats, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com. All sorts of changes for the Angels as we get ready here to move to the 7th inning. Mark Trumbo looks like the only starter who's still in the ballgame for the Halos. We have a new pitcher. That's left-hander Andrew Taylor. The other starter who's still in there is Alberto Rosario, the catcher. In the outfield, Langerhans is in left field. Amarista is in center, and Calhoun is playing right. Here's the pitch. Grounded on the right side. Backhanded there by Trumbo. Flips to the pitcher and getting to the bag. And missing the bag over there is the pitcher, and safe at first base will be Kataris. He's on.
Mike Socha wants an explanation from the first base umpire.
So they're going to score it, an infield hit,
which I don't agree with. I mean, he missed the bag. He was going to be out if he steps on the bag. It should be an E1, right?
So here's Brooks Conrad stepping up to the plate, and the pitch on its way. That one is right in there for a called strike. Angels have Romine playing shortstop, and Cantu is the third baseman. Taylor Lindsay is playing at second base for the Angels. And the next pitch, that one is fouled off on the right side, out of play. Andrew Taylor was with AA Arkansas last year. He's on the hill. He replaces Rich Thompson, who worked last inning. Thompson pitched a scoreless inning, although he did give up a couple of hits and he walked a batter, but he pitched out of a bases loaded, 1-out jam. Looks like we have a new catcher for the Angels. Carlos Ramirez is in the game, and there's a swing and a miss by Conrad, and he is down on strikes. So Taylor gets a strikeout for the first out.
Good job executing down in the zone by the youngster, and coming in here and throwing strikes. It's a big plus. Remember, Terry, this Angels bullpen here in Tempe the last 2 days has been unhittable.
Yeah. And they've been throwing strikes. That's the other thing.
That's the key.
Yeah. No walks in the last 10 innings of relief here at Tempe Diablo. At the plate is the left-handed swinging Aoki, and he takes that one for a strike. 0-1. Taylor looking in for the sign. Next pitch, there's a bunt, and it rolls foul on the third base side. Andrew Taylor, a lefty, was selected in the 34th round by the Angels back in 2008. Had kind of a tough year last year at AA Arkansas. ERA was over 5, and his one-loss record was not too good. 2 wins, 11 losses.
Trying to work his way into a productive left-handed pitcher and get himself in the depth chart. Talk about depth chart. Alexia Marista in center field is part of that new depth chart for the Angels.
That's a little different look for that little guy who's had a nice camp here with the Angels and showing a little pop with that bat of his as well.
He's played some outfield. In fact, he started his career as an outfielder here in the Arizona Summer League. Played a little left field for the Angels in the big leagues last year too.
It's a pitch that Aoki takes, and it misses for ball 2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you're just tuning in or rejoining us, the Angels fell behind 1-0 in the second inning, but then in the bottom of the second, the Angels scored 3 times, and that's been all the scoring in the game. We're now in the 7th. It's 3-1 Halos. Angels have out hit the Brewers 6-5 and lead them by the 2 runs. Here's the next pitch, fouled off on the left side, out of play. Taylor is pitching. He is pitcher number 4 of the day for the Angels. Jared Weaver started the game, and Weaver was able to go 4 innings. He allowed 2 hits, a run who was earned. He walked 1, struck out 4, did a nice job. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. The next pitch, and fouling that one off is Aoki, and it's still 2-2. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Some people have compared Andrew Taylor, Jose, to Phil Koch of the Detroit Tigers.
Okay. Former Yankee Phil Koch.
Yep.
How about Ron Malone?
Yeah, that's a name from the past. He pitched for a lot of clubs, didn't he? Ron Malone.
Yes.
3 balls, 2 strikes after Aoki was taking the 2-2 and missed, so it's a full count. Taylor getting the sign from the catcher Ramirez, and the 3-2 delivery. That one is poked into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit, so they'll have runners at first and second with 1 out. Cesar Torres will be the batter. He's hitting out a Ricky Weeks leadoff spot. Weeks in the game went 1 for 3.
Well, the Brewers are hoping Aoki can provide a little spark with the bat and bring some of that magic that he had in Japan. As I mentioned earlier, Aoki at first base, a .329 hitter in Japan. And at the very best, he will be a 4th outfielder for the Brewers.
Here's the pitch. That one on as Torres misses. 1 ball, no strikes.
Here's a familiar face, but we haven't seen a whole lot of it from his brother. Meiser's been hurt since the first week of camp.
Yeah, the Angels are hopeful that he might be back sometime this coming week. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Torres has been bothered, speaking of Meiser, that is, hamstring tightness. Next delivery. That one is in there for a called strike. So it's now 1-2.
Caesar, former Gold Glover himself, is trying to earn a job. He's a non-roster invitee, minor league contract. Trying to provide some options for Ron Runnicke in the infield.
The 2-strike pitch. He chops the ball to short. It's fielded by Romine. A second for 1 with throw to first. And Trumbo keeps the foot on the bag. The Angels turn an inning-ending double play. Good job by Mark on that one on the stretch to keep that foot on first base. So it ends on the 6-4-3 double play, and that'll do it for Milwaukee. They've had the threats the last couple of innings, but have not been able to score. No runs. They had 2 more hits in the inning. No errors. They leave 1 more on. They've stranded 6 through 7. We go to the bottom of the 7th as we head there. Angels lead it 3-1 on the Angels Baseball Network.
Make
Here in the bottom of the 7th, the first batter up for the Angels will be Alexi Amarista. He'll face Mark Rogers, who's in for his second inning of relief. Amarista, left-handed batter, and he takes the first pitch outside for ball. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be Amarista, Calhoun, and then Trumbo slated to bat. 3-1 Halos here in the bottom of the 7th. Bright sunshine right now, and the next pitch, that one is in there for a strike.
Amarista, 391 average this spring already. 2 home runs and 7 RBI.
Some good numbers coming out of a little package there, Alexi Amarista. Here's the pitch. That one is popped in the air on the left side. That's going to get back and out of play. Amarista and Segura, a couple of those young middle infielders for the Angels, have been impressive so far this spring.
Segura hit 2 home runs yesterday. I mean, both of them have played well on the field with their gloves, turning double plays, showing a lot of range, a lot of energy. But, boy, a big day for Segura yesterday, 2 home runs.
Couple of mighty mites coming up big time for the Angels here the last few days. The pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the Grapefruit League in Florida, Baltimore and Boston each with a couple of split squad games against each other. And in the first one, the Red Sox won it 7-4. Beckett worked 5 innings. He gave up just 2 hits, 1 earned run. In the second split squad game between those 2 teams, it ended in a 3-3 tie after 10 innings. The pitch, ground ball, base hit for Amarista through the right side. So he keeps up his hot hitting. He was hitting out of Vernon Wells' spot. Vernon had a good day today as well. He was 2 for 2 with a 2-run double and a run scored. And now Cole Calhoun will bat. Calhoun had a good day yesterday. We didn't see it. That was in the game against the Padres in Peoria. But he continues to pick up his hits.
Now hitting 379. He's got 5 doubles already.
Left-handed batter. He's facing a right-hander here. He's faced a lot of lefty pitchers this spring. There's a toss over first. Amarista gets back. 29 at bats for Calhoun coming into this game, and that's the most for any Angel hitter coming into the day. And right behind him, Hank Conger with 28 at bats. Conger not seeing any action so far today.
And keep in mind that Calhoun has been coming into games sometimes halfway through the game, so he's really earned every single one of these at bats.
Right, not a whole lot of starts for him. He's had a few. Started yesterday in the split squad game against the Padres. Good size lead for Amarista, the no-out base runner at first. 3-1 Angels here in the 7th. There goes Amarista. The pitch is high, and the throw to second. It's way late. Easy stolen base right there for Alexi.
So they put the pressure on George Gutierrez here. And Gutierrez did a double clutch. It's almost like he paused before making that throw to second base there.
Also in grapefruit action in Florida today, Yankees doubled up the Astros 6-3. Robinson Cano had a home run for New York. The pitch, Calhoun swings and lifts that one foul on the third base side. That's going to get back and out of play. Marlins and the Nationals played to a 1-1 tie. Game went 9 innings. John Buck drove in the only Miami run with a home run, his first of the spring. That was a Marlins split squad. Their other split squad lost to Minnesota 5-2. Danny Valencia hit his 3rd home run for Minnesota. And Heinle Ramirez hit his 2nd for the Marlins in that action. Detroit beat up on St. Louis 10-3 as Calhoun takes that one for a strike. It's 1-2. Matt Holliday a home run, his 2nd this spring for the Cards in that loss to the Tigers. Detroit with that win, they're now 11-1 this spring, and they had home runs from Ryan Rayburn, his 5th in the Grapefruit League, and Delman Young hit his 3rd. Tampa Bay beat Pittsburgh 2-1. James Shields, who will be the Rays opening day starter, had a good outing. The pitch, Calhoun drives one deep into center field. That ball hanging up, though, is retreating to go back is Gomez to catch it, and then it's is hit deep enough for Amarista to tag and move to third base on the fly ball to straightaway center. Angels have a runner at third with one out. Mark Trumbo will be the batter with a chance to get his second RBI of the game.
So Cole Calhoun also showing good bat control there on a heavy fastball by Rogers. He's able to get that top hand through and drive the ball well to center field.
In that Tampa Bay win against the Pirates in the Grapefruit League, Luke Scott hit a home run. Now with Tampa Bay his first this spring, and Andrew McCutcheon drove in the only Pirates run with a homer, his first this spring. Braves split squad over Toronto, split squad 5-3. Dan Uggla with a home run, his fourth this spring for Atlanta. There's Trumbo fouling one off down the left side, right around the Brewers bullpen, and that had a few folks scattering down that left side.
Little cleanup. Everybody move.
Phillies over Toronto split squad today 4-3. That game went 10 innings. Jimmy Rollins' second home run for the Phillies. And Aaron Sevilla hit one in a losing cause for Toronto, his third home run this spring. Braves split squad over the Mets. The final was 3-2 in that one, Atlanta. Here's Trumbo taking low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. In this one, the Angels have a 3-1 lead, batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cantu waiting on deck. It'll be his first at bat of the day. Cantu had kind of a tough day yesterday. We didn't see that game in Peoria, but he had in 3 double plays yesterday. Here's the pitch. Trumbo chumps that one foul.
Let's get it out of the way now, Terry. It's all right.
Well, Cactus League today in the 7th inning. Arizona leads Texas 8-6. Kubel with a couple of home runs for the D-backs. Kinsler hit his second this spring for Texas. Oakland split squad leading a Cubs split squad 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Giovanni Soto a home run for the Cubs, his first of the spring. Brandon Phillips with a home run for the Reds. They're up 7-2 in the 7th inning against the Indians. The count's 1-2 on Trumbo. Rogers' pitch. That's sliced in the air into right center field. It's going to be deep enough to get the runner in. Making the catch is Gomez. He'll have no throw. His tagging and scoring from third base is Amarista. Second sac fly of the day for Trumbo, and the Angels add on. It's 4-1.
It's also the second time the Angels have used the ideal template. Get that first guy on, be aggressive on the base pass, move him over, and use a sac fly. Trumbo, I believe that's his third sacrifice fly of the spring already, and one of them was a foul pop up to the third baseman.
That's right. That was here. So Mark with the 2 RBI day, 7 runs batted in the spring. And the Angels really manufacturing one here in the inning. 2 outs, up 4-1. Cantu the batter. He takes the first pitch for a strike.
See a lot of good things happening today with the offense. Yeah, it's not a blowout. You know, it's not 6, 7, 10 runs right now, but very good ingredient going in here.
Rogers is ready, and the 0-1 pitch. Cantu with a swing at a high one there. He was fooled by that pitch. It's now 0-2. Rest of the Cactus League, bottom of the 8th. White Sox up on Seattle 5-0. Texas split squad with a 3-1 lead against the Cubs split squad in the top of the 8th inning. And that game is actually being played in Las Vegas today. The pitch on Cantu, he fouls that one off on the right side. In the top of the 7th inning, a Dodgers split squad trailing the Rockies 4-1. And a couple of games later on tonight, Royals against the Padres in Peoria. And a Dodgers split squad will take on a Giants split squad under the lights in Glendale. The count's 0-2. The score's 4-1 Angels in the 7th. The next pitch, a high fly ball that's hit well into left field. Schaefer is going back. He's at the wall, and that ball is going to be caught out there up against the wall to end the inning. Wow, that one just gave out a little bit on Cantu. He gave it a good long ride, but it's the final out, and that'll do it for the Angels here in the 7th. In the inning, 1 run. The Angels had a hit. In the inning, the run coming in on the Trumbo sac fly. There were no errors and nobody left on. We're headed to the 8th inning. It's 4-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Ryan Brazier is the new pitcher for the Angels, and the new first baseman is Efren Navarro as we go to the 8th inning. Andrew Taylor worked last inning against Milwaukee, pitched out of trouble and threw a scoreless inning, although he did give up a couple of hits, didn't walk, and he struck out one. And Brazier will be the new pitcher as we start the 8th. It's 4-1 Angels. Ryan Brazier has got the call from the bullpen a number of times this spring for the Halos. He's done a good job. This is his 4th appearance. He's yet to allow an earned run. And the first pitch, that one is cut on and missed by Gomez for strike one. Brazier 3 scoreless innings so far this spring, allowing 1 hit, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. That wind really starting to pick up now, going from right to left. That pitch in there as well. It's 0-2 on their center fielder, Carlos Gomez. Brazier delivers, and this one is lifted in the air into shallow left field. Coming in hard, diving, and unable to get to it is Langerhans. It drops in, and then the throw back to the infield will be late to second base. So hustling up to second with a double is Gomez to start things off for Milwaukee here in the 8th inning.
Another tough read because the wind is blowing back, but a big swing from Gomez fooled Langerhans on his attempt diving and trying to make that play. You can hear it. It really is picking up here.
Yeah. Logan Schaefer will bat. This is his first at bat of the game, and he's hitting out of Braun's spot. Ryan Braun went 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. That is a strike on the inside corner. Schaefer batting from the left side against the 5th pitcher of the day for the Angels, Ryan Brazier. Here's the pitch, and he thought about bunting that one and ends up taking it. It's a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Schaefer last year was in 8 games with Milwaukee, hit .333, spent most of the time in the minors as time is called. He steps out of the batter's box, played his college baseball at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. 3rd round pick of the Brewers back in '08, and he's a career .301 hitter in the minors. Here's the pitch. He fouls that one off on the left side, out of play.
Schaefer was drafted in 2006 by Boston in the 31st round and did not sign. And drafted again in 2007 by Colorado in the 47th round and didn't sign. And then, Terry, the big leap came from the 47th to the 3rd round.
Yep.
And he signed the contract.
Here's the 1-2. He was jammed. He pops it up on the third base side foul. Cantu is going over near the seats, but he's going to just run out of room. So it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Angels have led this game since the bottom of the 2nd inning and have a 3-run lead here in the 8th. It's 4-1 each team with 7 hits today. These two teams will not face each other during the regular season. They'll have one more Cactus League game coming up next week. Here's the pitch. And it's a ball popped in the air on the third base side. Cantu, the third baseman, still on the grass, will make the catch. Easy out. Schaefer is retired. And there's 1 gone here in the 8th inning.
Hey, fans, the first Big Bang Friday of the season is opening night, April 6th, and the Angels take on the Kansas City Royals at 7:05. Come out to the Big A and enjoy the always spectacular fireworks to begin the season. Tickets available at the Angels Stadium ticket office or at angels.com all throughout the year. Visit the office, ticket office at Angels Stadium or angels.com for your tickets.
Here's Gamble, their first baseman. He's been on base a couple of times today as a walk, a double. He's also popped out, 1 for 2. Runner at second base, 1 out. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike, throw down to third, and out at third base. Trying to steal is Gomez.
So Gomez also jammed his right hand over there. What a throw from Carlos Ramirez, right on the money. Cantu drops a glove and see ya.
2-5 on the caught stealing. Well, a couple of innings ago, Gomez stole second base. He tried to steal third here and was gunned down. No one on base, 2 outs, nothing in 1 to count on Gamble. Here's the pitch. He chops it on the third base side, right at Cantu. It should be in the inning. This throw a little bit low, but a nice job of handling it by Navarro. So good defensively over there at first base. He fielded that 1-hop throw, and the inning is over. It ends on a 5-3 ground out. They waste the leadoff double. That was the only hit. No errors and nobody left. To the bottom of the 8th we go. It's 4-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
I would love
Taylor Lindsay will lead it off for the Angels. Here's a new pitcher in the ball game, Santo Manzanillo, and he is a big right-hander. Lindsay's first at bat today, and Taylor Lindsay, the young second baseman in the game for the Angels, now batting for the first time, takes ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
This is the hottest hitter in baseball. 7 for 9. This kid is.
Here's the next pitch, and he lines one into left field, and that's going to fall in, and it's going to roll out near the warning track. Just getting to it is Conrad, who's now playing in left field. He went from third base to left field this inning, and hustling into second base with an opposite field double to lead the inning off is Taylor Lindsay. So add another hit to his total.
Make him 8 for 10. Making him do all way too easy.
All right.
Talk about sweet swing, slapping the ball the other way with some pop.
We talked about him earlier this spring. He was the MVP of the Pioneer League last year, Rookie League, Taylor Lindsay. So he's opened up some eyes here in Angel camp for the first time in his career. Langerhans is the batter. This is his first time up. Another left-handed batter, and Manzanillo's pitch. That one is low and in for a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Zealous Wheeler is the new third baseman for the Brewers. And I mentioned Conrad, who is at third base. He's moved out to left field now. Logan Schaefer is the center fielder as the bunt try is fouled off by Langerhans. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a new right fielder, and that's Caleb Gindel. And it looks like they have a new first baseman in the ball game as well.
Taylor Green.
Taylor Green taking over for Gamble. Here's the next pitch, and thinking about bunting that one, Langerhans, he takes it for a ball.
Very obvious that the Angels are trying to get Langerhans to get one down here. Just trying to get a feel for that part of his game.
Third baseman Wheeler is in. Manzanillo is set. Next pitch, and again he was around a bunt but takes it. It was low. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, pretty appropriate if you're trying to make the team as a backup player. Be in that depth chart. And Mike Scioscia needs you later in the game in the regular season. Wants to know if he can do this here. Get him over with a bunt.
Manzanillo's next pitch, and that one is low and in. He walks him on 5 pitches. So Langerhans is aboard. Angels have something brewing with 2 on, nobody out. Romine will be the batter. He could be up to bunt as well. Manzanillo pitched last year in A-ball and Double-A, and he was a closer. He had 17 saves in the minors. And he had a good earned run average in the minors last year, 1.75 between A-ball and Double-A. Young pitcher, 23 years old. And Romine does drop down a bunt, third base side. The pitcher fields, has it, throws late to first base, and that will likely be a bunt hit. He was trying to sacrifice. But with the speed, Romine is safe at first. Runners everywhere. The Angels have them loaded here with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th.
Nice execution there, and Romine shows that he can get the bunt down. That's a big part of his game. And just a slight hesitation by Manzanillo was enough to allow Romine to get there safely with that good speed he has.
So it will be a bunt hit. And now Carlos Ramirez, who's been in the game as the Angel catcher for an inning or so, will get ready for his first at bat. And the pitch, he takes the first one for a called strike. He's yet to have a hit this spring for the Angels, 0 for 3, but he comes up in a situation where a hit would mean a run or 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 3-run Angel lead right now. Next one on Ramirez, low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Manzanillo is pitching in his third game for the Brewers this spring, and in an inning and 2/3 he had allowed just 1 hit, no runs, but he's in trouble here. Runners everywhere for the Angels. And the pitch. It's chopped on the left side. It's fielded by the shortstop. The flip to second is late. Everybody is safe. A run comes in, and the Angels lead it 5-1. That one there took one of those Cactus League hops on the left side of the infield, and by the time Torres had control of the ball, really no chance to get the out at second base on Romine, who can really run.
Well, for Carlos Ramirez, the native of Tucson, he knows all about those high hops, Terry.
Yes, he does.
Good job. Get that first knock, get that RBI.
We'll get a hit on that one. So still the bases loaded and no outs, and the Angels looking to add on with some more. Gene Segura is the batter, and he takes the first one for a strike on the outside corner. He's hitting out a Torrey Hunter spot. Torrey went 1 for 3 today as the DH. Next pitch on Segura. He chops one to short. This might be 2. The flip to second, the relay to first. It is a double play. So those are the first 2 outs in the inning. The Angels get another run in on that 6-4-3 double play. So it's now 6-1. No run batted in, though, for Segura on that one. And with 2 outs and a runner at third base, the batter will be Alexi Amarista.
No matter what, good things happen when you put the ball and play on the ground. Even if you don't get that ribby, you just add it to your team's cushion here.
And the pitch on Amarista. He lines one into right center, and that's going to fall in. It's another run. He drives in a run with 2 outs, and the Angels continue to add on. It's now 7-1. Amarista, the last 2 innings, getting a pair of at-bats and a pair of singles.
Angels have done a fine job when they have gotten that leadoff guy aboard. It happened with a walk in the second inning. It happened again with a single by Amarista in the 7th. It happened now with a double by Lindsay to lead off the 8th. And they have built around that.
So the Angel reserves really producing here in this inning. Here's Calhoun batting, and he swings and lifts the ball high and deep into right field. It's out by the wall, and that one is off the wall. Amarista is being waved around. He will come in to score. Calhoun has an RBI double. It's now 8-1 Angels.
Okay, so take Lindsay, you take Segura, you take Amarista, you take Calhoun. All these youngsters have really got a nice imprint on the members of Mike Socha and the rest of the staff and the new office. Also for the new front office, and watching these guys play. I'm not going to say for the first time, because a lot of them were involved in farm systems and player development and have seen a lot of these Angels prospects play. But wow, impressive.
Yeah. The Angels farm system, I think, is in a little better shape than some people give it credit for right now, as that pitch is in there for a strike. And some of these players we're seeing are getting closer to being major league ready.
The exposure they're getting this spring, even with all the big names, of course, we've talked about, CJ and Albert and Isringhausen and Hawkins coming in, and Iannetta. It's been tremendous. It's something they'll treasure forever, and they can take down to the minor leagues, build off of that. Just being around the big leagues and the clubhouse and the guys giving them advice, it's priceless.
Yep. 0-1 is the count on Navarro. He's batting for the first time today, hitting out of Trumbo's spot. And the next pitch, that one is outside.
You know, keep in mind, Terry, the other thing too with the young players, you got to come in with the right attitude. And it doesn't matter where you got drafted, how much money you got. You come in humble in that clubhouse and you listen and keep your mouth shut. You'll see your progression better. Don't have the answers for everything. That happens a lot too with some young players and all throughout baseball.
Here's the next pitch, 2-strike delivery. It's hit sharply, but right to second. Fielded by Masonette, and his throw will get Navarro. The inning is over. But the Angels in the inning send 8 to the plate. 4 of them score. In the inning, the Angels had a total of 5 hits. In the inning, the Angels will also get a walk and leave 1 runner on base. So we're headed now to the 9th as we go there. The lead has grown. It's now 8-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher for the Angels as we go to the 9th inning. Pitcher number 6 of the day, Michael Kahn. Angel bullpen has been rock solid again today with Walden, Thompson, Taylor, and Brazier all working a scoreless inning. We'll see if Kahn can do the same thing. And he will face Masonette, Ishikawa, and Kataris as we go here to the 9th inning. It's an 8-1 Angels lead. Angels busting this thing open with a 4-run bottom of the 8th. So Kahn is ready to work. He replaces Brazier, who gave up 1 hit in his 1 inning of work. He didn't walk or strike out anyone, didn't allow any runs. And the first pitch on Masonette, that one misses. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Michael Kahn this spring for the Halos. He has done a solid job. 0 ERA. This is his 5th appearance. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. He's worked 4 scoreless innings. He's allowed only 2 hits, walking 1, striking out 1. Opponents hitting 154 against Kahn. He's looking to have a bounce back year here in 2012 after a pretty tough season a year ago, not only with the Angels but also in the minors. The 1-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1-2 on Masonette. Jose is headed downstairs. He'll visit with Angels manager Mike Scioscia after the ball game. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Kahn's next pitch. That's hit foul on the third base side, and the count holding at 1-2. One and 2 is the count. Kahn has a new baseball. Okay is the sign from his catcher Carlos Ramirez. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that one is swung on and missed. He got him, struck him out. Masonette down. The Angels pitchers today having another fine day with 6 strikeouts, only 2 walks allowed, and just the 1 run given up, and that was way back in the 2nd inning. I want to remind you after the ball game, Jose will visit with Mike Scioscia on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. We'll continue our coverage on Angels radio for you as well after the ball game, and on Fox Sports West. Jose and Victor Rojas and Tim Salmon will have more post-game coverage. There's a liner the opposite way that's going to roll down in the left field corner. Getting to it is Langerhans, and not before Ishikawa has a double here the opposite way. His first hit, a one-out double for the Brewers in the ninth. Gutaris will be the next batter. He's had one hit so far since coming into the ballgame. Left-handed batter. Wealth Resorts and Angels Radio AM 830 have teamed up to bring you the official AM 830 fan club. Get AM 830 event and team news and updates all season long. Log on to am830fanclub.com. That's am830fanclub.com. First pitch. Right in there on the inside corner, a called strike. 0-1 to count. The Angels a couple of outs away from win number 9 this spring. There's another fly ball lifted into left field. Langerhans has a beat on that one. He'll make the catch, and the runner has to hold at second. The Brewers are now down to their final out in this ball game. Brooks Conrad will bat. Fans, the second annual Angels 5K and Fun Run will take place April the 22nd. Participants will run and walk on a baseball-themed course that goes through Angel Stadium and finishes at FanFest. All participants receive a commemorative shirt and a voucher for a future Angels game. Sign up today at angels.com/5K. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. Conrad, a switch hitter, batting left against Kahn, whose first pitch is a little bit low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield shading Conrad the opposite way. Here's the pitch, and that one is low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Breeze blowing out to left center field. They're forecasting a big change in the weather tomorrow. We'll see what happens. It's supposed to really cool off and be wet all day tomorrow here in the Valley. The 2-0, low and inside, ball 3. So Kahn trying to get the final out. Falls behind 3-0 on Conrad. Taylor Green waiting on deck. If he bats here in this 9th inning, it would be his first time up. He's hitting out of Aoki's spot, the number 9 spot. Here's the 3-0. That's in there for a strike. 3-1 on Brooks Conrad. Conrad coming over from the Atlanta Braves. That was his big league club a year ago. Didn't hit a whole lot for Atlanta as a reserve player. And the 3-1 pitch, he's going to take that one low and in, ball 4. So it's not over yet. 2-out walk puts runners at first and second. Taylor Green will be the batter. He'll swing from the left side. Green hitting .292 this spring. He's played quite a bit for Ron Renicky here in the Cactus League. 7 hits and 24 times up, including a home run. First pitch, and Green takes that one for a called strike. Two runners on base. Green was in 20 games for the Brewers last year, and he takes that one a little bit low. Taylor Green went to Cypress Junior College, 25th round pick of Milwaukee, and that was a guy who obviously has gotten to the big leagues, even though selected in the 25th round. Here's the pitch. That's low and outside. He takes that one for ball 2, 2-1. He was the Brewers minor league player of the year last year at 22 homers, 91 RBIs, hit .336 between AA and AAA. Can play in the infield and also play a little outfield as well. The count's 2-1 on him. Next delivery from Kahn, and he misses inside. So it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. So Michael Kahn had gotten 2 outs in this inning with only 1 on. Now 2 on base with 2 outs, and he's behind 3-1 here on Green. The next pitch, and that is a strike. So they're down to their final strike. It's a full count. Cesar Izturis would be up next if Green keeps the Milwaukee 9th inning alive. Michael Kahn at times will struggle with his command, and it's happening here in this inning a bit. The 3-2 delivery. It's hit on a hop to second, juggled a bit by Lindsey, recovers, throws, and still gets him, and the ball game is over. Taylor Lindsey, the Angels' second baseman, battled with that one, but makes the play, and that'll do it for Milwaukee here in the 9th inning. They had a little bit of a threat, no runs. They had a hit in the inning, a walk, no errors, and they end up leaving 2 runners on base. The Angels come away with the victory today, beating Milwaukee by the final score of 8-1. And the Angels relievers here in recent games at Tempe Diablo Stadium keep up their outstanding pitching. It's the last 3 games here in Tempe. We've seen 5 scoreless innings from the bullpen in all 3 of those ball games. So the Angels pitching doing a nice job lately here at home. Jose Mota will join Angels manager Mike Scioscia in just a moment after the handshakes, and I'm sure Mike might want to say something to Ron Renicky before he leaves the ballpark as well. With the victory, the Angels' spring record now increases to 9-6. The Brewers have a record of 6-9-1. Let's go down to Jose and Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Mike, we saw a template of the offense here. Every time you got the leadoff guy on, it allowed you to do some things offensively. How did that flow for you today?
Well, we have some team speed. There's some things we can do and take advantage of running the bases, but you have to get early guys on in innings, a first or second hitter, and we did today. We manufactured great, got guys over, got guys in from third, and that has to be a constant in our offense. And hopefully, with a better middle of the lineup of Albert and hopefully Kendry Morales with some guys swinging it back better, it'll lead to more consistent offense.
The consistent good pitching continues here in Tempe, and set by Weaver. Tell us about the report on him.
We've got a little out of sync on a couple of them, but I think all in all he's settled down and finished strong. We had a new catcher back there, Rosario, that is one of our younger kids, but handled himself very well back there. Worked well with Weave as they got into sync. And it's a good workout for Jared. He got his pitch count, got through 4 innings. He felt good afterwards.
Mike, I know you don't like to talk numbers a lot, but Taylor Lindsey is 8 for 10. It makes you smile, of course. What's so special about this young player, and also with the good young players that are coming into this game now?
Well, Taylor Lindsey is one of those guys. He's just a baseball player. He's a field rat. He loves to be out here. He works very hard. His bat is way ahead of his defense right now, but as his defense comes, this guy's going to be on our depth chart sooner than people think. Had a great year in rookie ball. He's hit everywhere he's been his whole life, and he's continued in his first big league camp to just show that, hey, he has a pretty good look at higher caliber pitching.
Mike, thank you very much.
Okay, Jose, thank you.
Terry, let's go back to you.
All right, thanks, Jose. The Angels come away with the victory. A nice game for the Halos, and another big sellout crowd on hand today here in Tempe. Final score, the Angels over the Milwaukee Brewers 8-1. For those of you watching on the TV side, Jose, Victor Rojas, and Tim Salmon will have a lot more post-game analysis. And on radio, we'll have more from Tempe as well. This is the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Meet the